What is up, YouTube? Now, check this out. YouTube. Checking out, um, excuse me. When I was checking out reallovesexdolls.com, I noticed they had a sex doll that was 5'5" and cheaper, like $100 cheaper than like $100 cheaper than one I had noticed on there previously. I'm like, well, yeah, there you go, you know. And freaking head 122, man, that is something. You know, with the options I got picked, plus what have you, you know, you get the sexy looking gothic looking sex doll, yeah, you know. But the thing of it is, I'm not in the market for one right now because I already have one, and you know, the taller they are, the harder they are to conceal. You know, I mean, with fun size Felicia, you know, because of her size, she's very easy to discreetly tuck away. Should a real girl come over, you know what I'm saying? But I just know for $2,175, you know what I'm saying? Like, for that kind of money, I can make a sexy ass sex doll. I'm just saying. If worse came to worse, if I was in the market for another one and I hadn't found a girlfriend in a number of years, you know, and I actually had the money for it, you know. A drink combo to do with y'all on camera. And I also got a cigarette review. But I figured I'd smoke some pipe tobacco and bullshit with you for a minute. There we go, I have to get my pipe unclogged. $165cm, 5'5" D cup sex doll. Literally, it's a couple feet taller than the other one that I talked about a couple videos back, and it's $100 cheaper. So you know what I'm saying, and it doesn't matter if you're shopping for sex dolls or whatever. You know what I'm saying, like if you're on a website, you know, try to find the best deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I have one that's like 5'5". That's a bit more realistic, you know. And some people, you know, would have a hard time having sex with a smaller size sex doll because they have this, I don't know, they'd be weirded out by how short it is, I guess, you know. And I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? You know. But when I was on KeeperCast, they asked to see Fun Size Felicia, and I did show her on camera, yes, and and they asked her, just to show that she was anatomically correct. I don't think I could get in trouble for showing doll boobs on YouTube, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, give just a little taste of what she's like. I didn't do anything vulgar with it by any means. They asked about her, would you get her, this and that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but if I legitimately had $2,174, literally, there's so many things you could spend that on. It's the same argument I made the last time I talked about this subject. I just happen to find one that's a little bit taller and costs a lot less. You know. I don't know, if I had $2,174, I think I'd do whatever would make me happy, to be honest with you. Because even if you were to buy a car with that kind of money, you also have to consider, gas, license plates, all that, driver's license, yeah. I could totally see it too, like, I'm doing a Sean and Saunders bit, and Fun Size Felicia and Sean are dating. And Fun Size Felicia's like, oh, my cousin's coming to town, and she's a huge fan of your videos, or some shit, I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that I'm not complaining, it could be worse, Yeah, I've had a lot of people talk shit and say Fun Size Felicia is a little bit small, but, that's better than nothing, It's better than nothing, and if I've had a dry spell that's lasted a couple weeks at a time, and, I don't have to fuck Fun Size Felicia every fucking day, you know what I'm saying? But it eases the tension of dry spells just a little bit. And there is some appeal to a quality made sex doll. It's, all the fun of dating without the bullshit. And it is most definitely possible to meet somebody in the dating scene that gives you, like, the least amount of bullshit possible. It's very possible, YouTube. But, quite often in the dating scene, especially, either her friends don't like you, or your friends don't like her, or, her mother doesn't like you, vice versa, your mother doesn't like her, or some stupid shit like that, and, it doesn't always happen, but, well, it makes the dating scene rather irritable. And another thing that scares a lot of people about dating and sex and what have you is, pregnancy and STDs. And if you're fucking a sex doll, the likelihood of getting her pregnant, 0. The likelihood of her catching an STD and giving it to you, 0, unless you're sharing it, you know what I'm saying, with people who are infected, which I would not recommend. That's just nasty. maybe if, you know, and it doesn't just apply to oddballs like myself. What if there's a married couple that wants to experiment with another woman in the same bedroom, but the wife has a hard time and she's picky, you know, and maybe it's not her thing, so maybe she orders a sex doll for her and her husband to have a threesome with just to spice up their marriage, why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, $2,174, that's a lot of fucking pipe tobacco. You know, it doesn't matter how much you're spending on something like that, you know what I'm saying? That's irrelevant to the point. There's also the factor, what if you buy this amazing, sexy looking sex doll, and then a couple of months down the road, and you actually get a girlfriend, and, excuse me, and when you spend X amount of money on something like that, it's kind of hard to just throw $2,000 away, you know what I'm saying? Like, so more than likely you keep them in the box and shit, you know. No, that would be like, seriously, YouTube, if you met a girl and she had this $2,000 vibrator, and, you know what I'm saying, if you're making her choose between that and you know what I'm saying, and at the same time, you gotta think, yeah, she may be getting another dick, but at least you know that it's a fucking vibrator, not some other dude plowing your girlfriend out, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah, I don't share Fun Size Felicia with anyone except myself, you know. Hell, even my dummy Sean doesn't get to. Okay, actually, let me rephrase that. I don't have a threesome with Sean, the dummy that I did the ventriloquist skits with. It's just, that'd be weird. No. No. But, yeah, I think rewriting the Sean and Saunders skit to where Sean and Fun Size Felicia are dating, that definitely opens up a whole lot of comedic material that allows me to write in more jokes, and all kinds of shit. But then at the end of it, I'm just like, hey, Sean. Sean looks at me, he's like, what? I fucked your bitch. How do you feel about that, Sean? I fucked your bitch. How do you feel about that, Sean? Kind of thing. So that, yeah. Now, if I had $2,174 and spent it on another doll, how the fuck would I work it into the skit? That's quite easy. Having Sean giving me shit for being single. And then Fun Size Felicia comes out, they start doing their bit together, doing jokes and what have you, and Sean's still giving me shit about being single. And Fun Size Felicia's trying to be all supportive and nice, like, oh, don't worry, Josh, you'll find somebody, kind of thing. And then Sean's like, no, he won't, you fucking loser, ha 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 ha, just fucking tearing into myself for the sake of a YouTube video, for a ventriloquist skit, no less. And then Fun Size Felicia pops in with, well, my cousin just came into town, and I gotta go do some errands, and she'd like to meet you and be on camera. She's a huge fan of your YouTube. And then there's the other doll right there. It'd be kind of funny and kind of creepy and kind of sad at the same time, but there you go. Double standards are in fact a bitch, YouTube, let me tell you. This right here is Nikolai vodka mixed with Bush beer. Both the contents to make this drink combo were just given to me, so there you go. There was enough vodka in this bottle when I got it that when I poured a whole can of beer in there. But there's enough vodka in this bottle that when I poured a whole can of beer into it, the beer is up to here, basically. There's enough beer to mellow out the burn of the vodka a bit. Now pouring your beer into your vodka gives you a tasty drink combination. And when you pour the beer into the vodka, it allows you to reseal it and it keeps your beer fresh longer. When you put it in the fridge, you open up a can of beer, you can't fucking keep it fresh. If you keep an open can of beer in the fridge, keeping it cold, it eventually goes flat. So you get stronger alcohol and you keep your beer cold. That's a little alcohol hack for you. Now what the fuck would I call Nikolai vodka mixed with beer? You call it Russian piss for all you care. You know, I don't know what the fuck to call it, honestly. Like, I'm not talking shit or being stereotypical here, I'm just saying. Like, hey, I'm not picky, I like vodka. Shout out to all my Russian fans out there. I know they're out there. I got fans all over the world, YouTube. You may see like a little over, just about 5,000 plus subscribers on my YouTube channel, but those are just subscribers. That doesn't count the people who watch my videos without being a subscriber. So for all we know, I could have, you know, another 5,000 to 10,000 people that watch my videos all around the world, you know. You want to hear a joke, YouTube? Why did the roofer call in sick? Well, I'll tell you why the roofer called in sick. Because he had the shingles. A roofer is somebody who installs a roof on buildings like houses and shit. And those little tiles that they put on roofs are called shingles. And there's a disease called shingles. It's like the adult version of chickenpox, basically. So it's kind of a fucked up joke, but yeah, there you go. And if you don't get chickenpox when you're a kid, you're more than likely gonna get shingles when you're an adult, and it's way worse than getting chickenpox when you're a kid. So, yeah. When I was a kid, I did get chickenpox when I was a kid, but I got over it, obviously. Cold liquid in that bottle is actually helping with an issue I was having. I microwaved the burrito for 1 minute and 44 seconds. The burrito was too hot to eat, and I cut it up and I was eager to eat it. It was a steak and cheddar cheese microwavable burrito. And the fucking thing was so hot that it got stuck in my throat going down. And then I grabbed some cold water to force it all the way down into my stomach. And I burnt the crap out of the back of my throat. And when that happens, sometimes the inside of your throat can swell up a little bit. And if the food's in there long enough, your whole throat can swell up and it can make eating impossible. But luckily, my throat on the inside of it didn't swell up too bad. Half of it did swell up to the point where eating and drinking beverages and eating food felt weird. It felt like it would bounce off and then it would slide over a little bit and then go down. Like half my throat felt swollen up. But then, right now, it's been a couple of days since it's like 2-3 days, and the swelling's gone down immensely. Swallowing liquid and eating food doesn't feel awkward, or nearly as awkward, I should say. So a tip for me to you when your food's piping hot, I know it's common sense, but yeah, don't be in a hurry to eat your food. Let it cool off a bit before you eat it, because taking a bite of that burrito and trying to swallow it and it was piping hot, having it so hot that it's hard to swallow, and then it just sticks in your throat, and you're just sitting there like, you don't want to choke, so I fucking rushed to the sink, and yeah, that wasn't pleasant. It didn't feel good. So, yeah. Smoke some pipe tobacco. Bullshit with you. Do a cigarette review. Speaking of tobacco, YouTube, check this out. This right here is a bag of cigars. I got 3 of them. Now, I'm keeping those 3 cigars safe in the bag, and they're already pre-wrapped in a plastic wrap that keeps them fresh. So they're pretty much double sealed. The freshness is going to be as fresh as the day I got them, when I got them out of the cigar shop. I'm saving those 3 cigars for Saturday when Ron White comes to town. Me and a homie are going to see Ron White, and I got a cigar for me and him to have at the show. And if I can give, and that 3rd cigar is for Ron White, if I can get a chance to give it to him. The same homie that I'm taking to Ron White, his sister's in the hospital right now, and I'm not going to name names because it's kind of a private matter, but at the same time, I just want to, address how it's making me feel personally, because it helps to express yourself. One of my homie's sisters, excuse me, one of my homie's sister is pregnant with 2 kids, and she's also in the hospital with a blood clot in her lung, and she also has pneumonia. She was rushed to the Casper Hospital, but it was so bad that they airlifted her to Denver Hospital, and my homie went down to Denver with his brother and his mother, and all I could do is give my support, and all I can do is hope you too, I don't want my homie's sister to be in bad health like this. I don't want her to suffer like this. If I could snap my fingers like that, to where she came home to her other 3 kids safely, and then she gave birth to her 2 kids healthily, and she was home safe and not sick. Oh, believe me, I'd do it. And my homeboy would do the same thing for his sister if he could. And he was kind of beating himself up on Facebook a little bit over it. Saying what a piece of shit he feels like, and the only thing I could do, YouTube, was reassure my homeboy that there's nothing you can do when people get pneumonia. It happens. People get sick, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is hope and, get the proper treatment. If you're feeling flu-like or sick, or feel like you might have pneumonia, go to the doctor, because that shit's serious, But could you imagine having your sister or a homeboy's sister being pregnant with 2 kids and in the hospital with a blood clot in her lung, and pneumonia on top of that. Man, that is some kind of shit, man. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. And, man, I'm doing everything I can not to get emotional here because, you know, this homie of mine, I've known him for a grip, dude. And when you've known somebody for a grip, you also know their family for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, and for the sake of her first three kids, I hope she makes it home safely. You know, and also for the sake of her mom and her brothers. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I can do is talk about it, not name names, but talk about it. And it's making me feel emotional. YouTube, that's what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that yeah, I trimmed up my goatee a little bit. It still lines up with my mustache if I were to grow one, but it's the thickest part where it grows. So I'm gonna grow it out from this point, nice and long here, to go with the stuff I got right here. Yeah. And part of distracting myself from it, I guess, is trying to find something else to think about. You know, hey, check out what this website's got to offer, or make a YouTube video, talk about it, She got on Facebook. I saw her post that she was impressed by all the support she was getting, and, that's all you can do, is support and hope and the proper doctors. I was already going to take my homie to the Ron White show to begin with, but after what he's been going through, I think he could use a little bit of comedy in his life, honestly. So. And, homeboy's sister's got, like, an infant daughter, an 8-year-old boy, and a 4-year-old boy. And, the younger of the two wouldn't quite understand it, you know what I'm saying? But you worry about the oldest of the group because, he might not be old enough to understand certain things if certain things happen. Not saying they're gonna, I'm hoping they're not, but, at the same time, he would have some idea of what's going on, and, I'm gonna share something with you, YouTube, that I've never shared with anyone. But homeboy's sister, her youngest, her infant daughter, like none of her kids' dads are hardly in the picture. It's kind of fucked if you ask me. But I can remember one night when I was over hanging out with my homie, and homeboy's sister's youngest child, her infant daughter, was just learning how to walk at the time, and I watched her take her first steps, and that's a pretty powerful thing to witness, YouTube. When you witness a child take their first steps. Now, keep in mind, that I'm not trying to be a father figure in any way, shape, or form. You know, but, you know, if anything, they're going to see me as Uncle Josh because, you know, because I'm friends with their uncle, you know. And, I just know if something were to happen, the effect of it would be horrible, you know. I think of Homeboy's mom, who has such a strong faith in God. And if something were to happen, it could jeopardize her faith, and she needs that faith in her life, YouTube. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit. I know I got a pentagram t-shirt on and everything. So me and, you know, Homeboy's mom might disagree on religious beliefs, but I know that deep down inside, I know, you know, that Homeboy's mom, her faith in what she calls God and Jesus and all that, it gives her strength to get up every day, and it gives her courage to face life's hardship, you know. And this is something that it doesn't matter what religion you practice, every person needs that strength, you know, because life is never easy for anyone. There is someone out there who's going to have it a lot worse than you, you know. I mean, when my homeboy is legally blind and his sister's in the fucking hospital, like, you know, it's depressing to think about, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I could snap my fingers and make it all go away to where my homeboy could see with perfect 20/20 vision, and his sister is out of the hospital healthy and everything, I wouldn't hesitate, you know. It ought to be done, you know. But my power only goes so far, YouTube. So right now, Homeboy's baby mama and Joe and my buddy Chris are helping Carolyn watch her kids while she's in the hospital. And Scott and his mom will help with that too once they get back. But hopefully they come back with good news, that things are going to get better and not worse. I can remember last Valentine's Day, I didn't have a girl to spend it with, and I didn't care. You know, I know if the right girl's out there, it'll happen. If it doesn't happen, oh well, it's not the end of the fucking world. That's what they make sex dolls for, right? But, well, my homeboy's sister she had a flu and she was sick, and she needed somebody to run to the store to grab her something. And she was craving chocolate, you know, and she asked me if I could go to the store for her. I said, yeah, sure, you know. I didn't mind helping her out. It was, you know, a kind thing to do, you know. And then when I got back with helping her run that errand, you know, I chuckled to myself. I said, oh look, I gave a girl chocolate on Valentine's Day. And, you know, But it doesn't get much more real than that, YouTube. Yeah. And I'll admit I might have flirted with my homeboy sister in the past a little bit, but of course I know my boundaries, you know what I'm saying? And homeboy's sister would pick on me, but it was all in good fun. She's just one of those people that, you know, if she picks on you, generally means she kind of likes you as a friend, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah. The next 2 weeks are going to be interesting. I predict next Tuesday will be a good day for me. This coming Tuesday on the 9th. Yes, I predict that will be a life-changing day. I tell you what though, YouTube, when you see someone else struggling a lot worse than yourself, it makes you appreciate the small things in life. You know, and you truly begin to realize that it could be worse. There's times that I fucking hate having Asperger's syndrome. You know, I find girls attractive, I want to talk to them and socialize a little bit. But when I'm in a social situation, I'm horrible at it. So it's like, fuck, it's frustrating as all hell. But I got friends that are epileptic. I got friends that are legally blind. There's people out there with autism who have it a lot worse than I do. And they're more on the low functioning spectrum. And, you know, that they can't function in society. And it's like, the difference between somebody with low functioning autism and somebody like myself who has high functioning autism is people with low functioning autism, quite often they can't function in society. They end up living in special needs homes is the politically correct term for it. Whereas somebody like myself who has high functioning autism, I can barely function in society, you know. And there are many great people who have led great lives with autism, you know. Albert Einstein had Asperger's syndrome, and that's just one example, you know, of one good person who contributed many things to the world. Albert Einstein's theory on energy is you cannot destroy it, you cannot make it, so where does it go when you die? You know, that is some heavy shit to think about. And, even though it's not my situation to be affected by it, it still affects me to some degree, you know? Yeah, I want my homeboy sister to come home safely for the sake of my homeboy's family, you know what I'm saying? Devastation, if it can be avoided, you know what I'm saying, is better than anything really. Like, but that's the thing about life, man. The brutal truth about life is it's unpredictable. And There are just some things that are out of your control, and there's nothing you can do about it. I was already drinking before the video started, so excuse my slurred demeanor. But some good hard vodka and some good beer mixed together, and it's like, okay, this is what's going down. You know what I'm saying? And when it's your homeboy's family, you know what I'm saying? If you've known somebody long enough, they become like a second family to you, whether you're blood related or not. You know what I'm saying, you too. And that's just the most realist way to put it. I can remember when my homeboy's sister got a little too drunk, and she was trying to cut herself with a razor blade. And one of my other friends wrestled it out of her fucking hand, and she's just sitting there crying. And out of fucking nowhere, I'm sitting there, and literally, she starts hugging me and crying on my shoulders. I didn't know what the fuck to do. All I could do was sit there and pat her back comfortingly, you know what I'm saying? And just giving her a shoulder to cry on, you know. And she said, and I quote, "You're sweet." And I'm like, oh. And it's like, you know, when you've been through someone's crap like that, you know, like, again, you know what I'm saying, like, this, you tend to become friends with that person, you know what I'm saying, even if it's through a homeboy's connection, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, and, there's been times I go over to hang out with my homeboy and just chill or whatever, you know, and, homeboy's sister's youngest kid, her infant daughter, will wave at me and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's sweet, but also, you know, irritating at the same time, because I don't want kids, but at the same time, you know, you can't deny the fact that that's, you know, if I actually wanted kids and I had the money and I could step in, you know, it's something to think about, you know, but like, I ain't got the money to raise kids, and, you know, on top of that, so, yeah. I'm not drunk enough for this shit. Now that I kind of explain myself a little bit, you can understand that, you know, as weird as it may sound, when homeboy sister's in the hospital, it's a mixture of emotions for me, man. And I'm doing everything I can to just stay level-headed, hope for the best, you know, and wait and see. That's all I can do, you know, and trust that the doctors will do their job and everything. But possibilities, man, I don't want to think about possibilities right now. Ooh, this video's getting long. Holy shit. I'm not gonna give out my homeboy sister's name on a YouTube video, but her first name begins with a C, so we'll call her Ms. C for the video's sake. Let's smoke a cigarette for Ms. C. You know, you got a lot of people supporting you right now. A lot of people thinking about you. Yeah. Which brings me to the cigarette review. American Spirits, the Black Pack. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that these are American Spirit full flavored cigarettes. I'm not sure what they're called, but I'll just call them the American Spirit Black cigarettes, I guess. These are really good. They got, I'll flip the cigarette around. If the camera can focus. Right there, you see that? That right there, you can see the eagle on the paper. Yeah. The flavor on this cigarette is beyond fucking delicious. Bold, rich tobacco. These fuckers are slow burning too. This is a nice cigarette. And American Spirit cigarettes have no addictive chemicals in them. The process that melts the tobacco is natural or organic. Next to Winston cigarettes, American Spirits are actually really good. And if you want to go with a safe cigarette, you know what I'm saying? Oop. Drop my lighter. On the back of the pack it says, respect for the earth. 100% addictive free natural tobacco. Right there. And, yeah, these are definitely, there's a lot of brands of cigarettes that I like. Marlboro makes good cigarettes. Camel makes good cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what company makes American Spirits. For toll free, call us. No, that's not what I'm looking for. You know, I'm not sure of the company that makes American Spirit cigarettes, but these are good. Okay, as far as cigarettes go, these come with the King Cobra seal of approval. These are really good. That flavor is rich, bold, smooth. But I think if I had $2,174, honestly though, like, there's several things I would do before I'd buy a sex doll, to be honest with you. Like, I'd get my shotgun fixed. I could be a couple months ahead on rent. I could buy groceries for cooking videos and shit like that. But speaking of which, I have a burger recipe coming up on my channel. I haven't been hungry all fucking day, but tomorrow if I'm feeling peckish, I suppose I can make myself a cheeseburger for lunch. Now, the Teespring campaign that I advertised on my latest guitar video, I'm doing another Teespring campaign to try to get money to fix my shotgun. But if I don't get enough money to fix my shotgun, then what I can do is use some of that money to finish my buddy Jeremy's staff. My buddy Jeremy's epileptic, and he asked me to make him a Rasta staff. So I've been working on this Rasta staff for my buddy Jeremy, and it's almost done. It's getting there. Are we gonna freeze up photo booth? I don't think so. Not if I have anything to say about it. I was gonna try to force quit out of Firefox to see if that would help photo booth work a little bit better, but photo booth seems to be cooperating for the moment. I take another swig of this drink combination. Actually, Nikolai vodka mixed with Bush beer. Let's call it Cobra Piss. That's the name of the drink combination, Cobra Piss. And the beer, I poured just enough beer to make the burn manageable. Some wicked shit. Ooh. I'm not gonna drink this whole thing in one sitting. I'd be way too fucking drunk. And I'm already feeling it right now, to be honest with you, so I'm more than likely gonna save some of this for another time. I'm gonna stick this in the fridge. I'll be right back. I always hate going through my own emotional struggles, but when others that I care about are going through emotional struggles, it gets to me just the same as if they were my own struggles, even if they aren't. Right now, YouTube, I'm asking for my fans out there to be thinking about Ms. C and her family right now. Keep them in your thoughts. Of course, if you follow me on Facebook somewhat, then you might know the story of it, but yeah, I'm glad I'm cutting myself off because fucking hell. I'm already starting to feel drunk. It numbs the pain temporarily. And there's a reason why I try to keep my parents and my family separate from YouTube. Even if it, you know what I'm saying, because some of the things that I do on YouTube, my parents aren't going to approve of. And on top of that, YouTube, on top of that, I get bullied on YouTube pretty badly, and no parent wants to see their kid getting bullied on YouTube like that. But as I become more famous on YouTube, you know, my parents stumbling across my YouTube is unavoidable. I might do a vocal cover video tomorrow. Or sometimes today. I'm not gonna do it right now because it's like, fuck it, it's 1:20 in the morning. God damn it. Okay, I want to sing one song, but I want to sing it very quietly. And it's by Leonard Skinner. Let's go to YouTube to look it up. Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. Excuse me. Leonard Skinner, Simple Man with lyrics. We'll play after the ad. King Cobra singing some Leonard Skinner. Music helps depression sometimes, though. This is a really good song. Ma told me I was young. It was at me, my only son. Listen closely to what I say. If you do this, will help you some sunny day. Oh, yeah. No different time. You don't live too fast. past. Jokes will come and will pass. You are a woman. You find love. You forget it's on. There's someone up above and below. It's a simple kind of man who is something you love and understand. Baby, a simple kind of man. Would you do this for me, son? You can. Just for the rich man's gold, there's a need in your soul. You can do this if you try. That you want to, you my son, to be satisfied. Be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Be a simple kind of man. Won't you abuse this for me, son, if you can? Yes, I will. I'm not doing too bad singing when it's Skinner. But you worry and find yourself, follow your heart and nothing else. You do this if you try. All I want for you, my son, to be satisfied. Be a simple kind of man with something you love and understand. Be a simple kind of man. Won't you do this for me, son, if you can? Baby, be a simple man. Be something you love and understand. Be a simple kind of man. And sometimes when I'm feeling depressed or down, I'll turn to music for comfort, and sometimes, it helps a little bit. Yo, this is King Cobra JFS with a long ass drink combo and cigarette review video. Thank you for watching. And catch y'all later. Damn, that's some moist tobacco.